Hi, okay, so we've got a blog set up, we've got some plugins installed and configured, we've got WordPress set up correctly. The next thing we need to do is actually get some content onto our blog, okay, because at the moment we've got this not found message, and if the search engines find us with that, they might not come back in a hurry. So that's the next thing to do. I am aware that we're still using the default WordPress theme. That's okay because it is a reasonable theme, it's not bad itself. We will go through some training on how you can choose a new theme to suit your style of blog and how to edit that theme, how to make changes to the widgets, and to basically to tailor the look and feel of your blog to be exactly what you want using themes, but that's a future training video. So right now we're going to log in and post some comment. So I'm actually already logged in and at the dashboard, so what we need to do is go to the posts page and choose to add a new post. Okay, so let's click on add new, and it will bring up basically the standard format for posting a new post. Now what I have already done is I've actually pre-written my article. I've actually had it written for me, as we had a look at in a previous training video. I've used a service called Need an Article, and what I'm going to do is grab the title from that, which is my main keyword. Now obviously you can write your articles yourself, or you can use your other tools, whatever system you prefer to use for getting the content, but just make sure you've got it ready so you can do your post and pop your main keyword in there as the this is actually going to be the URL for the blog post itself. Okay, we're also going to repeat that in the post itself because we're going to use that as the headline. Now then I'm going to go back to my article and I'm going to copy and paste all of this. Now at the moment I'm in a text pad, and under format I've got word wrap switched on. I need to switch that off or else it'll come out with a funny formatting. So I need to go to format, word wrap, untick, and then copy all of these lines. So Control C, copy, back into here, Control V to paste, and we're still missing the correct line breaks at the end here. So what I'm going to do is quickly run through and just put some more hard returns in here to make the article itself easier to read, to put some more white space in there, standard sort of stuff, just to make it nicer looking on the blog post itself. I'll pause the video while I go through and do that. Okay, so I've simply gone down, hitting the return key where I feel there needs to be more of a space. In fact, I'll put another one in here and maybe another one here, just to spread it out a little bit. Now this is quite a long article. This is the main article for my blog. It's the first one I'm posting. So I've had an article written at 750 words. I could in fact split this across two posts if I want to, but I'm not going to. I'm going to use this as a main pillar article. Okay, there are some search engine optimization bits and pieces we want to do here. They're fairly simple. The first thing we need to do is that main keyword at the top. We want to actually change that to a header. Now this second line of icons here, if you haven't got it, you need to click on this icon here for show or hide the kitchen sink, okay? And that's what gives us this, which says paragraph as a default. What we do is click on the down arrow key and choose heading 1, which makes that bigger and bolder. Basically Google will pay more attention to it and give that keyword more weight. The other thing you should try and do is make sure you've got that keyword in the first paragraph and in the last paragraph of the blog post as well. Okay, should be sprinkled without all the way through the article as well, but having it in the first paragraph and the last paragraph is also pretty useful. Now the other thing I tend to do is I tend to grab a copy of the URL that we've got here. So let's grab the first bit, because if you notice there's some dots, because this is quite a long one, so we're not going to get the whole thing if we copy it in one go. So what I'm going to do is highlight the first part. In fact, I've missed a bit there. We need the front slash at the end. Okay, so I'm going to copy that, paste it at the bottom. Then I'm going to click on edit. This should already be highlighted, so I can just do Control C for copy, click on OK to close it down again, go down to the bottom here, and we've now got our URL format that this blog post will be posted in. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use that. I'm going to copy the whole of that, and I'm actually going to type in here post, and at the end put a close bracket, and basically I'm then going to link the URL itself by clicking on this icon here and pasting in the full URL, and I'll tick the box for opening a new window and click on add link. So what I'm doing there is adding a link at the bottom of the blog post itself, back to the blog post itself. This is for a particular reason. If someone comes along and scrapes our content for some reason, then this is still going to appear at the bottom of it. And if they're putting it onto a Blogspot blog or a WordPress.com blog or some other sort of parasite blog, then we will still have a link back from them. So that's actually valuable to us, even if they're grabbing our content to use. Okay, so very useful little trick there to make sure you get an extra backlink. I won't bother putting the extra or the main keyword in the first paragraph there at the moment. I'll come back and do that later on. Okay, the other bits you need to be aware of here. If we scroll down a bit, first of all, you want to choose which category you want this posted to. Don't post it to more than one category. Only ever post it to one. Otherwise you end up with duplicate content effectively, or at least in the eyes of Google you do. So just tick one of these. Then you have your post tags. Now these will effectively be the same as your keywords, okay? So if you've made a list of your keywords, which you should, then obviously you can just paste them in. What I'm actually going to do is I'll pop those into I think I've got them here somewhere. Yeah, let's pop them into this bottom of this article here. Okay, basically for my keywords, what I've done is I've taken the main keyword. Let's move this up so you can see what I've done. Home alarm system, do it yourself, and I've done some variations of that. So for instance, do it yourself, home alarm systems, DIY home alarm systems, DIY alarm, etc. So those are my keywords. What I'm going to do is paste them into the tags box here. They must be separated with a comma. So at the end of each one you have a comma, a space, and the next keyword. Click on add, and that adds those as tags. That's very useful and very powerful for search engine optimization, so make sure you do it. Okay, we're going to repeat the use of those in the keywords tag as well, which if we scroll down a bit here, you can see we've got the WordPress SEO plugin by Yoast, which we set up in one of the earlier videos. So what I'm going to do is copy and paste, or I've already got them copied, so I'm just going to paste them again into this field at the bottom. However, the first one is our main primary keyword, our focus keyword. So what I'm going to do is highlight just that and Control X to cut it out of there and get rid of the comma that we left in there. I'm going to paste that into the focus keyword so that we've got it in there. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is put my title, my main description, again I'm going to put that in as the SEO title. And the meta description is basically a bit more with perhaps the secondary keyword in there as well. This is where we try and encourage people to come and read our article. We want them to find it interesting and to want to click on the link in the search engine results. Just try and put something in there that is drawing them in, that calls them to action. Okay, I haven't actually done that at the moment, so let me quickly update that. Okay, so I've basically put something a bit more in there. Are they worth it? Discover the real pros and cons for yourself. Why get it wrong? That may be a bit over the top. Just put something in there that you think will catch people's attention and encourage them to click through. Now, one of the things you will notice there is I've actually not gone for my primary keyword in there. I've gone for the reversed variation of it. And we can see this from here where it's saying it's our primary keyword isn't, or focus keyword isn't in the meta description. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with that for the moment and see how it gets on in the search engine rankings. That's always something I can change in the future. If I'm not ranking as high as I want to, then I can try it the other way around and see what effect it has. Now there are a couple of other options here. I'm not going to cover them in this video, but feel free to have a play with them, where you can find related keywords or generate the SEO title for you. Now it's not showing in the page URL at the moment because I haven't updated this post and made it yet, but it will. But you can see this SEO plugin from Yoast, the WordPress SEO, is very useful. We're actually getting a lot of SEO value out of our blog posts now because of this. Okay, that is how to make your blog post. Okay, quick summary. Make sure you've got your keyword in the top here, and that's reflected in the URL, the permalink. Make sure you have that keyword again as a header 1 tag at the top and repeated in your first paragraph, even though I haven't there. Also make sure you have it in the last paragraph and as a link at the bottom. Make sure you only choose one category to post to. Make sure you put in your keywords as post tags, as well as repeating them in the meta keywords at the bottom here. Make sure you've got your keyword or a secondary keyword in the meta description with a call to action. Make sure you've got your SEO title in there and your focus keyword. And once you've done all that and you're happy, go ahead and click on publish, and we'll have our first blog post done on the blog. As soon as this finishes spinning, we'll go and have a look and see what that looks like. Okay, that's posted. Let's go to the blog itself, and if I hit refresh, we should now have our blog post. There we go, all done with content straight away. Now you'll notice it's not showing the full post because remember we put that post teaser option on here where we're just getting part of the post. Now we could switch that off until we've got several posts on there, but I'm actually going to get several posts on there fairly quickly, so it will look better once we've got a few more posts on there. Okay, that's how to get your blog posts done. Please get on and get a few blog posts on your blog as quickly as you can. The important thing to do is publish the first one, and the second one, third one, etc. Instead of publishing them immediately, click on the edit button here and publish them a couple of days ahead. So this is the 28th of May. My second article I'd probably publish on the 30th of May. Then my next one I'd publish on the 2nd or 3rd of June, and the next one the 5th or 6th of June, like that. So instead of publishing them immediately, you come in here and you change the date to whatever it may be, let's say 30 in this case, click on OK and update, and that will then schedule that post to be published at a later date. You don't have to put them all on in one go or at one time. You can put them on the WordPress site, you can put them into the WordPress, but have them published over time. Hope that makes sense. They're basically scheduled posts, and you might as well do that with your initial content to get the most value from it. Okay, hope you found that useful, and we'll crack on with some more training videos as soon as possible.